we don't realize how beautiful we are. Not just our appearance wise, but who we are internally. And maybe sometimes it can stem from how our childhood was or how we thought of ourselves growing up. But I mean, God crafted you uniquely. Be thankful for being you. Thankful for the body God gifted you with and how God crafted you. From your skin color, to your eyes, to your hair, to your personality. There is nobody that is like you. There's only one you. And what I often hate seeing is how we compare how God created us, how he envisioned us, and then we don't like how we are. And we want something different. We want to be seen like how that person is or how that person is. That's not you. So why are you trying to shift who you are for somebody else? I feel like trying to do that, you're not being authentic to who you are and who God made you to be. Authenticity is the most beautiful thing. Being able to see someone without just all real, all authentic. And I mean, not just internally, but externally too. That's why some people love Tyler, the Creator, because he's real. That's why I love him. He's authentically himself. He know who he is. And if you mess with it, you mess with it. And if you don't, you don't. That's cool. Because not everybody's supposed to mess with you. Not everybody's supposed to love who you are. You're either going to be seen as the villain in somebody else's story or the hero. It doesn't matter how kind you are. It doesn't matter how well you treat somebody. Some people will always see you differently. And that's just life. And we shouldn't try to change our perspective. We shouldn't try to make it our job to shift somebody else's perspective of us. And that's too emotionally taxing for us to even be trying to do that. Our job is to prioritize loving who we are and becoming the best version we could be for us, not for somebody else. Because somebody else ain't gonna make us greater. Because pretending to be somebody else and trying to live their lifestyle and complaining of why they have this and why we don't have that, by trying to be too involved in somebody else's lifestyle, you're giving them more power than you need to. They're human, just like us. Their life is different, and they were created differently for a reason, just like you were. And the difference between them and you is that they're concerned with themselves, and they're involved in their own life. And you're trying to piggyback off their shit and off who they are. And you gotta be focused on who you are. First, writing down the things you like about yourself. Journaling, writing about the things that you like and the things that you dislike. Do some deep diving into things that you dislike. I mean, life is all about living the best life we can, living for us, and as well as achieving just peace all around. So write it down. Writing it down allows us to get more clear and uncover more about ourselves that we don't really think about or even like to think about. By doing that can help shift your perspective in a way. It's like you can be writing down something that you feel like you need to change, but then by remembering the concept of controlling what you can control, you'd be like, okay, this is maybe something I just need to work on, that I just need to become more confident in and become less insecure about. And two, positive self-talk, giving yourself love, being a cheerleader to yourself is the next thing when trying to become secure with yourself. You only have you, in a sense. And not to say that you are alone in this world and that nobody else is going to be there for you. Of course, there can be others for you that can try to cheer you up and be a positive impact onto you, but you are the only one that can believe you are beautiful. You are the only one that can shift your own perspective. If you don't agree with that yourself, if you don't give the energy, or if you don't tell that piece of advice to yourself, then you're not going to believe it. If you don't support you and be a loving and caring person like you are to others, if you don't give that to yourself, you're not going to truly be able to love who you are, all of who you are. So it starts with you being more positive to yourself, not comparing yourself to anybody else. So by giving love to you, looking yourself in the mirror and being like, I do look good. I am proud of who I am. I am proud of how God crafted me because I'm unique. And there's nobody else like me. There's nobody else that can do it like me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm different. I'm me. And if anybody got an opinion about it, so what? That's their opinion. But God put me on this earth for a reason. God created me for a reason to be here and to be authentically me. You know, I would rather be authentic than be somebody else, because that means they're not living in their true power. They're not living in their true authenticity. They're being fake, and you're not fake. So by being real, I should be loving to myself, and I can't expect others to give that to me. So I have to give it to myself. And it's like when you know who you are, when you are confident in who you are, that makes you more attractive in the process. When you're not worried about somebody else, how somebody else's look and how their life is. When you're not worried about that and you're so rooted in yourself where somebody else's opinion or how they look won't intimidate you, then you're secure with yourself. You will never feel intimidated by people because you're rooted in who you are. You know who you is. You're not cocky about it, but you're secure and you love who you are. And that positive energy can reflect in other parts of your life. It can reflect in your personality when you choose to love yourself. So be that loving person to you. Be a cheerleader to you. That's how I had to be to myself when I had insecurities about me. I had to really look myself in the mirror and be like, I like myself. I like how I look here. You know what I mean? And there's sometimes where I wouldn't believe it, but if others ain't gonna love me for me, that means I gotta be there for me. Not everybody else can. Because if you don't, you're gonna feel miserable about yourself. You're gonna be that constant loop of trying to please everybody and trying to be like everybody. So one, be your own cheerleader. Be there for you. You have to fake a compliment for yourself, then you have to do that. I feel like it's also healing some of the traumas that we felt when we were younger, because I mean, that can stem from it. Like doing some deep diving into why we feel the way we feel about ourselves. Why do we not like how we look here? What about myself is so unappealing? And if it's really worth me changing, the experiences that we dealt with in our childhood or maybe how we were treated can really play a big part in that. So again, it always starts with giving ourselves that self-love. It's like we kind of have to brainwash ourselves in a sense. And it's good brainwash. It's not bad brainwash, it's good. We have to rewire how we think and get out of the mindset of feeling like we have to compare ourselves to people. God put his love and joy into creating who we are. And we can't diminish that. We can't overlook that. And I feel like in this life, if you have to do things to make you feel more secure about yourself, things like plastic surgery and put makeup on and do other things to yourself to make you feel more secure with yourself, then, do your thing. But if there's a way you can feel that way without the need of external things to make you feel secure with yourself, then we have to explore them. We have to give them more power. Sometimes I feel like you can do all these external things to yourself and you still will feel shitty about yourself. You still will have a hole left in your heart. And the only way to not have that hole is to choose to embrace who you are fully. And we have one life to do that. And I mean, however that looks to you, do it. And the result is you feeling happy about yourself in return, then do it. Do things that will truly make you feel good about yourself and not feel like you have to compare to somebody else. Being rooted in who we are makes us not feel intimidated or inferior to somebody else. We're all human. We're all worthy to experience the same things. So there's no need for me to compare myself to anybody else because we're all the same. Nobody's above anybody else. It doesn't matter what status you have. You're worthy of everything. So for sure, journal about it. Continue to give yourself the love that you deserve. If you have to write affirmations, then that's something you should do. Write positive affirmations. You know what I mean? That's a good form of brainwash. But we just really have to look ourselves in the mirror and smile. Smile. Love you. Love you. Find ways to reinvent yourself in ways that fit you, though. If there are any ways and positive ways of loving you, do it. Give it your attention. Only do things that help you, not hurt you, though. Yeah, but I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. All right. Be safe.